there.
Uh-huh.
Is Kevin Bacon is a down on his luck basketball scout, and he's desperate to find a star player to bring to the basketball team, and he finds like a VHS tape of some players playing in Africa, and like a super tall African man.
This is different from the Billy Crystal movie My Giant,
This is different from the Billy Crystal movie My Giant,
where he's also looking for a star basketball player.
and this is different than the what's the Brendan Fraser baseball player movie, The Rookie.
Yeah.
This is different than The Rookie. We do need to update that, yes. This is The Air Up There. And, Kevin Bacon learned some lessons, some life lessons. He learned some humble pie at first because, the first thing he realizes when he gets to Africa is that his star player was playing against women, Rich.
Oh,
yeah.
no.
So right, it's like not even. So he learned some lessons. Here.
Is it just called Air?
Memories of old.
Oh, just call it Air.
Yeah. So yes, it's just called Air.
Wait, why don't you do the other abbreviation? Air, Memories of Old. So Air Moo.
Do. Oh, nope, come here. What are you doing? Why aren't you working? Oh.
Keep clicking on things, but nothing's happening.
Perfect. Perfect.
That's great. That's great.
It's great. This is a jack pick, so we can expect something on the level of 3, 2, 1 grenades. Absolutely.
Oh, we don't know how long this is gonna last.
There's stuff out, but remember, everybody, playing a game on stream is very different than playing it in your home by yourself. And so, while there's stuff that Rich and I want to play, we also want to make sure we entertain you all.
I'm in this nebulous zone. There's nothing I'm in the mood for right now.
Right?
I like last night, just last night, I finished unlocking all of the things for Hand of Fate, and I immediately remembered why I usually never bother 100%ing things.
Uh-huh.
I got that last card, and it's like, oh, that's it. Okay, I guess I got them all now.
You got the journey, Rich. You got the joy of the journey to get that last card.
Whenever you have you 100% something, those last few ticks, those last few things you got to collect are usually just tedious, and it's not worth it in the long run.
But that
was my experience, just unlocking literally everything in Hand of Fate. Lots of great things in that game. And you know what? Looking back, I didn't need to unlock all the cards. It was fine. I should have let it go a while back.
But you did it. You got them all. You got them all.
It was very unsatisfying.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm very sorry, Rich. Oh, that's loud.
Yes, it's very loud.
That's very loud.
Oh, that's got to be...
Oh, sure.
Chad, is that loud? That's loud, and the volume was low on the TV here.
Oh. Well, we'll see.
Nothing worth doing is supposed to be easy, Rich. Yeah, but it should be at least satisfying. My problem is that it wasn't satisfying. She's like, oh, I did it.
I've already done this stage. This is very tutorial-y. And I've already done it, so I'm just going to move past a lot of this.
Yeah.
There's a bit of story here. There's a bit of... Oh, wait, There's a bit of story about, like, the ancients.
So what's going on?
What is... Some shit.
What is the story? Just the ancients
There's,
or some shit?
we're like a spirit thing. and there's ancients, and we have to go on a journey.
That sounds stupid.
Yeah, it's pretty light. It's pretty light.
Yes, you know what? Light's fine. You know, your space station demons, shoot, that's
right,
light.
Exactly.
This just sounds stupid.
A little bit. It's
Spirit.
There's a spirit. Well, but
Spirit.
we're about to get what sold me on this game, and I'm not sure if it was worth it. I'll tell you this. At the end of the day, I'm not sure if it was worth it.
Yep.
But we're about to get to what sold me on the game.
Okay.
So, are you speedrunning this game? Absolutely, I'm speedrunning. I would say I'm a bit more artsy-fartsy with games than Rich is. Yeah, I can...
I'm fine with artsy-fartsy, but I need a really fun underlying game.
Right.
I'm reserving my judgment on this, but I have low hopes. I watched the trailer. It didn't look like you were doing much.
Yeah, you really... It's you know...
It looked like a less interesting version of Superfly or Superflight.
Right. Yeah. Superflight, which is all gameplay, just fly around and glide around, which is great. Which is great. Yeah. This. Well, but like I said, we'll get to what makes it at least somewhat interesting. So I have a magic lantern, and the lantern lets me see ghosts. And there was a whole bunch of ghosts back there.
What about ghosts?
They just give you flavor, like about the world. You see, a demon monster ate half of the world before, and the spirits were able to stop him. And he's back trying to eat the rest of the world.
Oh, that's great, Jack.
And so we gotta go. We gotta go somewhere and get 3 of something.
All right.
That's what we gotta do.
All right.
We gotta get 3. We have to get 3 3 sections of a magic plate, and use it to stop the demon from eating the rest of the world. So it does look pretty.
This is a game you love, but know it's shit, but love for nostalgic reasons? I don't know that I really have anything like that.
I have a lot of fond memories. Back when I would go to the arcade, something that I would sink a lot of quarters into is Rampage. And you know what? I don't think it's a very good game. I can't even tell you what the core mechanic is.
Yeah, it's just the destruction.
Exactly.
Destroy all the things.
It was very fun punching all the buildings.
It was nice being a giant monster.
Exactly.
You know what you'd probably like them?
Huh.
Did you ever play Hulk? Any of the Hulk? I forgot what they called them. Rampage or whatever? Ultimate Rampage or whatever it was. The open world Hulk game.
Oh, I don't know if
something
I played the
destruction.
Open world. I didn't play the open world Hulk game. I think I played the Ang Lee Hulk game, which was just garbage.
A Hulk game where you could just literally destroy everything.
Really?
Yes.
I gotta get on this. I did order a copy. It hasn't come yet, by the way, of Spider-Man 2. For the PlayStation 2.
Oh, Superhero Night.
So we can do Superhero Night.
We'll get that Hulk game.
Okay. What's that? What did it come out on?
Chat, what is the name? It's Ultimate Destruction? Is that the name? It came out like everything at the time.
Sure. What era though?
I'm pretty sure it was PlayStation 2 era.
Ooh, a PS2 Superhero Night. So look at this. You just get to be a bird and fly around.
Yeah.
And it's really pretty. Yes, I know I can free look around with my camera. Thank you.
I think Hulk Ultimate Destruction is the Rampage game you are looking for.
Okay.
That's you're flying.
As I'm being a free, pretty little bird. Butterfly in the sky. Hulk Ultimate Destruction. All right, hold on.
Is that available on Steam by chance? Probably not. PS2, Xbox, and GameCube.
One moment, please. Hulk Ultimate Destruction. Should probably do PS2 version. $7. Oh, here's one for $6. $3. Okay, let's see here.
Anonymous says, fun fact.
Fun fact!
10 days ago, Ridley Scott began reshoots on his new film with Christopher Plummer replacing Kevin Spacey. The reshoots finished today, and also a new trailer released. Fook me, that was fast. I suppose that person's from the UK. What, Fook me?
Fook me?
Yeah.
Or else they did the typo.
No, that's 2 O's. That's like 2 typos.
Fook me.
Fook.
Hoy, blimey. Blimey, fook me. All right, I got it. I got it. I got the Hulk game. Spider-Man and Hulk Knight. Fook me. I don't know about the Ridley Scott movie. Sorry. Sorry. I don't know nothing. I don't know nothing about nothing.
Hell of a way to end a career.
You know.
And so you fucked up so bad. They're taking you out of movies you just starred in.
Yep.
They're doing expensive reshoots just to get rid of your ass.
You know.
That's when you fucked up.
You know, the stories sure are creepy.
Oh, sure.
Oh. I got an achievement for doing that. I stepped into the well.
Okay, I guess that's achievement
That's an
worthy.
achievement worthy. I'm supposed to talk to him. I know where I'm going already. I already did this. So, but I think I need to talk to them first to like trigger the thing I need to go to.
All right.
So,
All right.
I just want to let everyone know, like, I'm not just like doing this to be a dickhead. I've already done this. All right, and butterfly in the sky. This.
I mean, if you want to just fly around, and that's fine if you want to just fly around. It looks like fine flying around. I don't know, Superflight. There's some exciting flying around. There were some tense, amazing moments in Superflight, Jack.
What I'm hoping, what this game kind of has promised, is a bit of a Zelda-like experience.
All right.
Where you get this fly aroundy, open worldy thing, and then you get dungeons to go and explore.
You know, looks neat, looks smooth.
Yeah, flying's pretty great, but I'm looking for some challenge dungeons. Ooh, what was that?
How does this flying compare to Skyward Sword?
I don't remember a lot of Skyward Sword.
Remember you had to flap. In that.
You had to flap?
Didn't you?
I just don't remember. I turned Skyward Sword off very early on into it.
Really?
Yeah, I was not having a good time. I think I got to 1, maybe 2 dungeons.
Chat, my spirit animal is a human being. Suck it.
Alright, this is not where I'm supposed to be. Let's go this way. Into the cloud. Maybe I'm supposed to go this way.
No, chat, I'm not only not religious, I would not say I'm spiritual either. I'm sorry. I'm not spiritual. I don't even know what the fuck that means.
It means the same thing as religious, I think. I think. It's just, you know, oh, I believe in stuff that I can't prove. That's spiritual. It's the same, it's the same bullshit. How about that? Ooh, what's this? Hello. Hello, what are you? Okay.
It's a printing press.
Right?
It's words.
Words? Ah! Get out of here, words. Words scare me, Rich. Alright, I gotta find out where I'm going now. I might actually have to go back and talk to those people. Ew.
Son of Jaina? Jaina? Jaina or probably not Jaina.
Jaina. I like
Jaina.
Jaina. I'm okay with Jaina.
Who would name their kid Jaina?
Actually, it's pronounced Jaina.
Son of Jaina.
I like that. I do like that.
I'm moving on Friday, so I might be off the grid for a bit. Also thinking of changing my name since Jack keeps butchering it.
Well,
Also, would you say that Bat v Soups is worth watching for academic purposes? I don't know.
yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Like, watch Batman v Superman, watch Suicide Squad because they're so bad.
These are long movies for academic purposes.
Yeah, you know what? Yes. Still think it's worth it. I'll be honest with you. I still think it's worth it. Especially, like, Batman v Superman has so many structure problems, story-wise.
Do you fuck up a sure thing? Well, you need to be a Warner Brothers executive.
They seem to be really good at it. Like, it's this whole lost art form with them. Oh, yeah, I'm way off base here.
Tyrannodeath says, Rich, previously you said that you put Futurama on TV to go to sleep. Pavlovian style. I never said Pavlovian style. It's just like having things... I don't like being in a dead, quiet room.
Right. You've said that before.
Yeah. I started the same habit about 10 years ago and also chose Futurama. Does it work for you, and why Futurama? That's not always Futurama. That's one of the things I might watch. Just something I enjoy. Something I'm familiar with. Usually, I don't want to be watching like things I haven't seen before when I'm trying to fall asleep.
Right, you don't want to get engaged in a story.
Yeah.
And there is a lot of Futurama out there, so, you know, why not, right?
Futurama, I've done it with Farscape.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I think it's a bad habit to be in.
Why? Why is it a bad habit?
They say that causes insomnia.
No.
I'm just saying what they say.
Okay,
and I did used to have a problem getting to sleep.
As I successfully go to sleep with
oh, sure.
TVs on all the time,
Sure.
I could say that's absolutely not true.
Well, for you, but I used to have problems going to sleep.
Yeah.
And the very first thing that my doctor told me, I was having trouble getting to sleep. He said, stop coffee after this amount of time, which doesn't affect me. I can have coffee as late as I want and still get to sleep. And he said, the other thing that's important is to remove all stimulants from your bedroom. Mm-hmm. And he's like, get the TV out of your bedroom. Don't read in bed. Don't play games in bed. Don't look at your phone in bed.
That's when I can't sleep. That's when my brain starts going.
Right.
I can't do that.
And he said, well, the idea is your body will get used to the nothingness, but it could also get used to just watching TV in bed, and then you will have trouble sleeping.
Put me in a dark, quiet room. Bills, problems, stress. Worry about all these things.
Yeah.
There's nothing else to distract you. Now worry about all these things you have to worry about.
Yeah. That's also a good way to deal with the things that you're worried about, is to confront them. Ooh, this looks like a place I'm supposed to be. Sometimes that's half the problem. Is that? No. Oh yeah, that's where I'm supposed to go. There we go. I found it. Here we go.
So your waking hours.
Yeah.
Those are the hours where you have to deal with the problems, Jack. Not when I'm going to bed.
Yes. That is true. But if you haven't dealt with them, then you can kind of figure it out as you're going to sleep. Kind of figure out how to deal with them. I think there's something to be said for too much distraction in our lives.
Well, you can say that.
Yeah, that's what
I know. I'm fine with the way I do things.
Oh, of course. I'm just having a differing point of view.
And the opposite of that causes me to have trouble sleeping.
Right.
So,
just having a differing point of view, Rich. We don't have to agree on things. I've done this puzzle before. Why am I not doing it now? I gotta do the thing.
what thing?
I had to do that thing. I guess I gotta do another thing first.
All right.
I've done all this before, and I guess I'm mixing up the order.
Did you get to hit something with a sword at some point?
Never. Another problem to the game. Or never as far as I've played the game so far. Ah, there. Okay, there it is. No, it's a lot of flying around and, relaxing. And then there's some puzzle solving. I'm actually hoping to get past the first dungeon here so I can see if it gets any better. Because so far I'm actually not enjoying it terribly. But flying around is nice.
This is super flight, but boring.
Yes. Welcome to the stream. Okay, I needed to read that first and then go.
Our taste in streaming games is awful lately.
Yeah.
We weren't sure about this one. We had no idea what else to do.
Sometimes you just got to make a call and go with it, people.
And we have other things to do. We anticipate this not taking the whole night.
Yeah.
There are backup plans.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We have backup plans, and we have things to talk about.
Do we?
Did everyone watch the Infinity War trailer?
Look like another quality Marvel trailer.
It does.
It
does.
I have nothing bad to say about it.
As someone who... Oh, shit. Oh, yeah, that's how you do it. Ow! As someone who has seen every bit of thing that is associated with the Marvel Cinematic Universe, this feels big. This feels...
A lot of them feel big. Thor Ragnarok felt big.
No, that just felt like another Thor movie.
They're destroying Asgard. That's big.
I guess I don't give a fuck about Asgard, so it's like that. To me, that wasn't big. Like, this is big in the way that the Avengers was big. The first Avengers movie was this weird gamble, right? Can we have a shared universe where people from different movies come together? And this feels that level big, where it's like, every single person who has been in a Marvel movie is gonna come together in some way in one big-ass movie.
After 10 years of build-up.
Yeah, after 10 years of build-up.
10 years of build-up.
Yeah.
There's a decent chance that this is just not going to be able to live up to any kind of expectations you might have.
Absolutely.
It'll just be the other big problem they fought, which... ultimately isn't that different from the other big problems they had to team up for.
That is also a possibility.
We have to team up like we did those other 2 times.
But this is a bigger team. A bigger team.
So that's the first issue you might have. If you want to worry about something, that's the first thing you might worry about. That's not to say the trailer looks bad. I'm just saying trailers look good all the time.
That's their job. Yeah.
That's their job. And the other thing is, what do they do after this?
Well,
do they just wind down and it ends? Where do you go?
According to Kevin Feige, he said, according to him, Avengers 4 whatever Avengers movie takes place after this,
Yeah.
will look different. What did he say? It will look different than anything you've seen in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So, like, this is the last.
That just, you know what that means?
Ah.
That doesn't mean a huge stylistic difference. That just means it's going to have a different cast of characters.
Exactly. Well, that's what they like. Or
But it's going to be the same stuff. Team up to fight the thing. But it won't matter.
it'll be new characters.
At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. What matters is they nail the characters.
Exactly.
And these characters are fun.
And do they tell good stories with fun characters? Do they have fun action sequences? And do they make it interesting?
I don't really care that they're teaming up to fight another problem.
Yeah.
Because you just want to enjoy these characters again. That's what they've done right.
Yeah. I agree.
That's what DC has done wrong,
Uh-huh.
and that is what Marvel has done right.
Yeah. Well, and then the big speculation in the world of as far as what happens after Infinity War. The big speculation is currently Fox is trying desperately to sell their movie division to Disney. It's true. Fox doesn't want their movie division anymore.
Huh.
And they're trying to push it to Disney, which means that then Disney would get X-Men, Fantastic Four, Deadpool.
Unless you do it a retro movie that takes place in the 60s. I don't know what the fuck you do with the Fantastic Four. And I don't know what the fuck you do with the X-Men.
Well, what
if you're Disney.
Are you kidding? If you're Disney, that's your next phase. Fucking individual X-Men movies that end up in the team up.
Well, that's almost like a separate universe at this point. It should just be a separate fucking universe.
What if they come? What if they need to? What if they do like House of M? You don't know what House of M is.
I remember it. I don't remember what happened in it.
House of M was Scarlet Witch, being ultra powerful person that she is, decided to reshape the universe to give everyone everything they've ever wanted. Essentially changing everything in the known universe.
How do you introduce the concept of mutants to the Disney Marvel universe, Jack?
Fucking who cares? They'll think of an idea. There's another challenge so big, Rich.
They need to be a pre-established ethnic group. They need to be their own universe.
Well, what I'm saying is what I've heard is speculation is what if there is an event where heroes die, things happen, and then this universe, they stop making movies for this universe and start with the X-Men. And you get your X-Men characters doing X-Men things in an X-Men movie. Like in the next Avengers movie, they run into a problem so big, and suddenly maybe that problem is the mutant threat.
I don't think it would be hard. They just get discovered now. No. The X-Men is built upon a society that is already prejudiced against them.
Not necessarily. You could do a start of it. Like, okay, well, what if Avengers 4, after Infinity War, they're tasked with taking down some powered individuals?
How about this? All right, finish your thought.
I was like right in the middle of that. Did you guys see that? It's crazy.
Sorry. That was rude.
That was rude. That's why I had to call you out on it. They're tasked to take out some powered individuals, and they learn of a whole group of people who were born with their powers and not given powers. Boom. And you start the X-Men.
And society is just suddenly prejudiced against them? That's new?
No, that's already set up with stuff like the Sokovia Act and how people treat powered individuals within the Marvel Cinematic Universe. That's already established. But then you get the seeds of how people become prejudiced against them.
You want your civil rights. You want like the X-Men needs to be set in the 60s almost.
I think it can be set anywhere. It's that kind of blind prejudice is Rich, if there's anything we've learned over the past year, is prejudice is universal. Time-wise.
Parallel to that kind of prejudice, and that's a weird thing to just All right, there's a new ethnic group, and now everyone's just prejudiced against them. It just happened overnight. It's weird to me.
No, okay, so remember, the Avengers are tasked with taking down some powered individuals, and let's say, Rich, that the powered individuals are bad guys. Mm-hmm. And it's discovered that it's a whole new kind of person who is born with powers. And these are bad guys. And so then people start saying, well, you know, we need to control all these people with powers because some of them are bad guys. And you got topical shit. Let's kick them all out. Let's kick all the powered people out.
You know what I might do?
That's crazy topical. What?
All right. There's just a solid fucking wall separating these two things.
Okay.
Solid wall, all right? You got your Marvel Universe right now with Iron Man and Captain America and Thor. Yeah. And these people are all aging.
Yep.
As all people do. It's been around for 10 years now. Robert Downey Jr. ain't getting any younger.
Nope.
Maybe the Marvel Universe that we've had, the MCU, that gets phased out.
Okay.
And then just like a hard fucking cut, no universe, no continuity connected to them. Now we're going to do these X-Men movies. And then we establish an X-Men universe, and we introduce Cyclops and Wolverine, all these characters, and we have all these new actors, not related, and then it's just the X-Men cinematic universe for a while. And then, you know what, we have 10 years? Well, it's been 10 or 15 years since those Marvel movies. We can safely reboot that now. And that was a new Iron Man.
Yeah, maybe. That could work. I think that goes against a lot of the marketing ideas that have been successful for Marvel, though. You got
to reboot Iron Man at some point, though.
Of course.
And you can't do it directly after Robert Downey Jr. leaves.
Right. Oh, yeah.
This gives you a buffer. This gives you some time to forget, and you have another product out there while people are forgetting.
Sure, but you could have other products still connected to the universe. You could have another Ant-Man movie or whatever the fuck.
And then you could just, every 20 years or so, you just pass the buck. Marvel movies. Okay, we did that. X-Men movies. Hey, you remember Marvel movies? Oh, that was fun. Hey, you remember those X-Men movies?
Sure. So you have your Avengers universe.
You're set for a century of just regurgitating the same thing in a smooth cycle.
Not a bad idea. I think that goes against a lot of the things that make the universe work. Is no one necessarily cares about Ant-Man. But people do feel an obligation to watch the Ant-Man movie because it's part of something bigger.
Mm-hmm. Or they could just keep developing new characters.
If you don't know anything
that's so cute.
about Disney, do you? New characters. Get out of town. That's not Disney shtick. That's somebody else's shtick, man.
I was just saying, the X-Men, that's a lot of convolution to be gobbing onto the MCU.
It is. It sure is.
The Ghost of Nick says, my favorite coffee shop is closing tomorrow after many, many years.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Now I have to find somewhere else to waste small amounts of money on a regular basis. So here you go.
Hey!
All right, I'm glad your coffee shop closed. Thank you.
Hopefully find a new place. But, until then, it's okay to hang out with us. That's fine. We'll take that coffee money. I know. Oh, by the way, Dr. Chug Buttmud, I know CW has their Crisis on Earth X super crossover event thing happening right now. And I just got caught up because, remember, I was away for a week. And so I wasn't caught up with all of my shows.
Is this with all the DC shows, The Flash? What are they doing now?
Fucking everybody, Rich.
I don't know who everybody is.
So it's Flash, Kid Flash, Green Arrow, Supergirl's...
Kid Flash has his own show?
No, Kid Flash is on the Flash show, but he's on Supergirl and a couple people from her show, the Legends of Tomorrow, and people from their show.
So 3 shows.
4 shows.
4 shows.
Flash, Arrow, Supergirl, Legends of Tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
All get together because, and this is where it gets fun, they're all fighting evil versions of themselves from Earth X. It looks this is like, as a
fun.
Huh?
Fun.
It's and it all happens while Barry Allen is about to get married to Iris West. So it's like there's a wedding involved. There's evil versions of themselves. It's a crossover event. It's everything that makes comics fun. Yeah. It's all the fun stuff. It's all the fun stuff. So I just got caught up with the regular episodes. And so I'll be binging that soon. The Crisis on Earth X. And apparently there's even a crossover comic book.
Yeah.
Like where a comic also picks up on it. An officially published DC comic also picks up on the craziness.
What the hell is going on with this thing?
It's just a puzzle. Like, I needed to figure out a light thing. Now I'm figuring out this thing. They're weak puzzles. See, like, look, I just needed to find the thing that fit the thing, and I only had 4 options, so it's easy. Which is why I'm keen to get to the next area, because I want to see if the next dungeon has...
Maybe this is the tutorial dungeon?
Well, this is the first dungeon. And so I'm not judging too harshly based off of the first dungeon. So yeah, and and I guess that's the thing with Infinity War, is it feels like an event. It feels like the big crossover event where you want to go back and rewatch some of those movies to get prepared. Just like if there was a big comic book event, you would want to pick up a few issues of the other comics, maybe just to see what the character's like. It's Infinity War seems like a big deal.
You can't turn into a bird in here?
You cannot turn into a bird.
Why the hell not?
Right.
The whole premise of this game seems to have been built upon you can turn into a bird.
Yeah. Oh, I'm with you. And it's bullshit. It's bull hockey. Though I just think if you turn into a bird in here, the puzzles would be too easy. And so instead of designing the levels around just limiting your bird use, they just said, you just can't.
Or how about design the puzzles around your bird use?
Right. You could do that too. Maybe you can in later dungeons.
Okay.
In this dungeon, I cannot turn into a bird. Thor met Rocket Raccoon and I clapped. That's a fun thing when your favorite character meets another character that you like, to see how they would interact with each other.
The key to Marvel's success, even though the villain's pretty standard, they fight the thing, you like the characters.
Yep.
You're excited when they meet because you like both of these characters.
Exactly.
It's what they're doing. It's what they're doing right.
God damn it, it's what they're doing right. Right? Right, Rich? That's the thing. I love, in the Thor Ragnaroks. You saw that one, right?
I haven't seen it yet. I'll get it when it comes on video.
This isn't a super spoiler because this was the... Did you see Doctor Strange?
No. I'll get around to it. I'm not in a rush.
Okay, well, this wouldn't be considered a super spoiler. But possible.
Like my plan is, Jack.
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna catch up on all these when the Infinity War is coming out. That's kind of my plan.
Just like I said, that's what you want to do. Doctor Strange makes an appearance in Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah,
So
I imagine.
that's not a super spoiler, but he does. And you know what? He has a little interaction with Thor, and it's very cute and it's very fun. To go to your point on, it's fun when characters we like interact with each other. I don't know if Ragnarok's the best Marvel movie, bolt action. It's a very good Marvel movie. It's a very good movie in general, but I don't know if it's the best Marvel movie. Then you're also fighting with Captain America, Winter Soldier, and Iron Man 3, and the fucking Avengers themselves. Which, like, the Avengers is a super solid movie.
Yeah, the first one.
Yeah, that's one. Yeah.
Yeah.
The first one is an incredibly solid movie, and so like you're fighting with a lot of solid movies. Ragnarok's good, but I'll tell you what, in Ragnarok, and this is a personal thing.
Yeah.
The stakes didn't matter for me.
You don't care about Asgard.
I don't care about Asgard.
I know.
That's the thing about me. So I would consider that a lesser movie to Avengers or Winter Soldier or Iron Man 3, which is a perfect action movie.
Jack's love of Iron Man 3 is well documented. -2. Iron Man 3 is great.
Iron Man 3 is great. I'm probably a little more vocal about it than you are, which is that's just everything.
You are more vocal about it, but yeah. I definitely love the movie.
Yeah,
so
it's a great movie. Great movie. See, look at this, by the way. Look at this guy.
Yeah.
That's really a neat character design.
Yes.
Big stone flappy wings that kind of look like hands and a weird wraith looking thing.
Yeah.
I think that's really good character design. I think it's interesting.
It's interesting.
The bad part, you don't fight it. You just talk to it.
Yeah.
And it gives you a piece of the plate.
You might fight it eventually. Or something that looks like it.
I don't think so, because I don't think you can fight anything.
Oh, yeah.
I don't have, like, there's no punch button. As someone who doesn't give a shit about the comics, I love drunk, pathetic Mandarin. Right?
Yes. Yes.
Of course.
It's a fantastic twist.
It's a great twist. It's a great take on the character. As someone who, like, I never cared about Iron Man comics, but I like comics in general. If they would have done that to a character that I loved, I would hope that I would be okay enough and accepting the fun twist they put on that. I don't know if I would be, but I'm trying to think of an example of like a character that I loved that was very different on screen that I was okay with. To come up with
Iron Man 3 is pretty good. Too bad they ditched all the character development from Tony Stark and Civil War as if nothing happened. Did they?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Civil War, if you're, because remember your timeline.
Well, we go right into you gotta go straight to Ultron.
First, you go to Ultron,
right?
And in Ultron, you get all what did Tony Stark learn in Iron Man 3? He learned it wasn't about the suit; it was about him.
Yeah.
And that's what actually led to his ego of building Ultron. because it's about him. It's not my suit. It's not Iron Man that makes it. It's Tony Stark. And what if Tony Stark could build a suit of armor around the world, right? Mm-hmm. So his revelation in Iron Man 3 directly results in Ultron, which directly results in how much of a piece of shit he feels like in Civil War. So, disagree!
At the very least, it's just the start of a second completely different story, a character arc. It doesn't have much to do with him learning the power is really him. It's a new thing where he does something that ends up backfiring big time, and then he's got the guilt from that in Civil War.
Well, it's one movie leads into the next. You know, the heroic sacrifice and his first real battle from Avengers leads to him feeling post-traumatic stress in Iron Man 3. And then he learns how to deal with that in Iron Man 3, which leads to Ultron, which it's a very logical. Oh shit!
What?
Our green screen's fucking up. Look at that.
Shit happens.
What happened?
I don't know.
How did our light change?
Because we move lights all the time.
All right.
Or is it a lens thing?
Shouldn't be a lens thing.
Now that you're over there, it looks fine, so this will be hard to know for sure. Just blast the light at us. Well, not directly.
How's that?
Oh, that looks fine.
That looks fine. Oh shit. My bird's been flying this whole time.
Oh, your bird's fine.
Ooh, look at that area. Oh, that's the temple I was in. That's the temple I was in. All right. Next temple. Oh no. Go back into a bird.
Did you see that Marvel short that retcons drunk Mandarin and states there is a real Mandarin in the world? That's kind of upsetting. I like drunk Mandarin.
Drunk Mandarin's great.
Yeah.
I choose not to give a fuck. Yeah, to me the Infinity War trailer didn't really like do a ton hype wise, or a ton new information wise, I should say. Like, I don't think it gave us a lot of new information.
I want a movie with the real Mandarin. How many people gave a shit about the Mandarin before they fucking did Drunk Mandarin in Iron Man 3? How many people gave a shit about that character?
Right.
4?
And all 4 of them are in chat tonight.
Maybe 6. Maybe 6 people gave a shit about that character.
Right? Just a guy with some rings. He's just a guy with some rings. Magic rings.
The people who read the comic books. Nobody read Iron Man before the Iron Man movies.
Guys, remember the comics weren't doing too hot. They weren't selling particularly well.
I kind of did, but you're one of the 6.
We're in the snow zone now. We're in the snow zone. So yeah, looks exciting. Captain America coming back. Big fights, just big fucking everything, right?
Yeah.
This is it. This is all the marbles. All the marbles are on Infinity. Or one would think. Because we still have, like, Black Panther's coming out. When is Black Panther coming out? Do you remember?
I'm not sure.
I don't know either.
You know what would be the trolliest thing in the world?
The what?
The trolliest thing in the world.
The trolliest thing in the world.
You do the real Mandarin in the movies.
Yeah.
Like, I'm the real deal, not that other guy. And then it's just an other drunk actor.
That man was a fake hired by me, the real Mandarin. I've been controlling the puppet strings all along. Line. Line.
Oh, that'd be so great.
That would be great. Infinity War is going to be a fun movie about space. They're going to do the whole let's go to another planet and fight thing, right? Like the Guardians are there.
First movie will be largely on Earth. The second movie will be in space.
It's just one now.
That's my call. Oh, they really? There's no Infinity War 2 anymore?
Yeah, I think they smushed it into just one movie now.
Oh, okay.
I think. Chat, if you could confirm or deny, because it used to be Infinity War Part 1 and Part 2, but I think it's just Infinity War now.
No, it's 2 movies, Jack.
It's Infinity War Part 1 and Infinity War Part 2?
They'll probably do the first movie, him collecting the gems, and then the second movie, him having them, and that'll be mostly in space. If I'm going to throw a wild guess out there.
Wait, so what's the name of this movie? Isn't this Infinity War?
Well, they might just call it something else, like Infinity... They might just call it Infinity Gauntlet. Infinity War and Infinity Gauntlet.
The second movie isn't Infinity War.
That just means they'll call it something else.
But it's going to be a sequel.
I guess.
A direct sequel?
That would be... If I had to guess...
Yeah.
That would be my guess. I don't know what they're going to do for sure. I'm not psychic. I'm not spiritual.
Rich, what I need you to do is put out some energy into the universe to try to make the answer come to you. If you could do that.
They already know it's going to be called the Infinity Gauntlet, but they're just waiting to reveal at the last minute to get the geek reaction.
But we already...
Oh god, it's called the Infinity Gauntlet.
He already has the gauntlet.
It's called Infinity War though. The second one will be called the Infinity Gauntlet. That's my call. This one is called Avengers Infinity War.
Yeah.
And the other one will just be called the Infinity Gauntlet.
Avengers, the Infinity Gauntlet.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Because they need a name for it. If they're not going to call it...
I know they need a name for it, but what's the significance of the gauntlet besides the gauntlet?
Just the name.
Just the name.
Name recognition. There is no special thing with the gauntlet itself.
Okay.
The gauntlet is just a thing you put the gems in. The gems are the important thing.
Oh.
You can throw the gems in your pocket. It'd be the Infinity Pocket.
This is what I'm wondering. You can't have 2 Infinity War movies with a movie between them? That's what I was thinking, because after Infinity War, we get the next Ant-Man Wasp movie.
I'm betting it will just be called... The second one will be called the Infinity Gauntlet. That's my that's my guess.
That's going to be your guess?
Yeah.
Okay. That's Rich's official guess. Mark it, clip that, and save it for, probably about a year and a half when they announce what the name will be.
Infinity Gauntlet doesn't sound as grandiose as Infinity War. No, Infinity Gauntlet's classy. It's classy.
Okay, this might be a dumb question. I did not read this storyline because I don't generally care for big epic space stuff.
Yeah.
Is there an actual, like, not a gauntlet, but like a trial gauntlet that they have to run through?
No. I don't know that they're going to parallel the story that closely anyway.
Okay. I'm just trying to think, like, if they called the Infinity Gauntlet and they have to run through a bunch of trials, a.k.a. a gauntlet.
It's odd for a comic book story, and it doesn't have a very good... Jim Starlin didn't really have a solid idea for how to end it.
Oh, okay.
So the last issue or so, it just kind of peters out. It's like, these things happen. I don't know.
All right.
But the first part is just, it's really weird for a comic book story, because your villain's kind of the protagonist, and at no point is he under any kind of threat because he's effectively God.
Right.
So it's odd for a comic book story.
Yes, it is odd for a comic book story. That it is. It is very odd for a comic book story. It's also very
Yes, it's a Thanos and Death love story. About a spurned lover who cannot woo his beloved, even though he is literally God of the universe.
I wonder if Hela's going to make a comeback.
And I'd like, the reason I like Thanos as a character is because he's God. He could force Death to love him. He has that ability.
Yeah.
But he actually does love Mistress Death, and he doesn't want to force her to love him. He wants her to love him for him, and she just doesn't. Even though he can do literally anything.
Wait, in the comics, is it Hela?
No.
No, okay.
It's Mistress Death.
Mistress Death, not the goddess of death.
I don't know anything about Hela.
She's the goddess of death.
But I don't think they're the same, no.
Okay. Well, I'm just wondering if she's going to make a comeback in the movie.
Mistress Death isn't a goddess of death. She is like the physical embodiment of the concept of death.
Whoa.
She's something metaphysical.
This is all good to know. This is all good to know. This is good, because we're all going to be quizzed on this. We're all going to be quizzed on this soon enough.
Anonymous says, why is Thanos CG? Couldn't they have done it with makeup?
No.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't think the CGI they did is bad, though. So...
It looks like Thanos. What else do you want?
Look, I'm fine with CGI if it's done right.
Mm-hmm. Well, and here's the other issue, right? Is Thanos needs to be physically impressive. He needs to be gianter than other people. And he needs to interact with other people in action sequences, because this is, after all, an action movie.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you have Josh...
And he needs to look like Thanos, who has ridiculous proportions.
Yes. And so if you just have Josh Brolin in a bunch of makeup and do weirdo forced perspective stuff, that is not going to get you very far in the filming of any of these.
It's going to look like all the superheroes standing around in Justice League.
That's exactly.
Don't they look goofy as hell standing around?
They just stand around.
They wearing those ridiculous outfits, just standing around talking to Commissioner Gordon. I wanted to laugh.
That scene was great. That scene was great at Justice League. That was beautiful. And then Aquaman comes, and Jim Gordon has to be like, all right, fine, Batman.
Wait, if Thanos is God, why does he need the Infinity Stones? The Infinity Stones are what makes him God.
Important side note.
If you have the Infinity Stones, you have, at least in the comics,
you
have complete control over reality.
Right. the example with it is if everyone has seen Doctor Strange, I know you haven't.
Yeah.
Doctor Strange finds himself the Time Stone and is able to control time in a small area.
Yeah.
That's it. But if you combined, say, the Time Stone with the Space Stone
And the Power Stone.
you could then control time all throughout the universe instead of just like on your table.
Right.
And so it's the combining of all of these power stones that turns someone into a god. Yes.
How are we feeling about this game, Jack?
I'm finally getting to the part where I'm at a new area. I have some new puzzles to solve here, Rich. And I'm very excited to figure out whether or not these puzzles will be anything. Literally anything. That's all I want is for the puzzles to be good in some way, shape, or form. So we are about to find out how we're doing.
Power Stone is a good game. Yes, Power Stone is a fine game.
Power Stone is a good game as well. Yes. I'm glad we could all come together on that point. Power Stone is a fine game. I don't even know if they have... Do they have the... Is a Power Stone a thing in the MCU, or do they call it something else?
I'm assuming they just call it the Power Stone.
What stones do they have in the...
Space was from the Avengers. Power was Guardians of the Galaxy. Just raw power. It was going to land on the planet. It was just going to blow up.
Oh, that's right.
The raw fucking power of the Power Stone.
Okay, so that Power Stone is being held by the...
Nova Corps.
By the Nova Corps right now. All right.
They got the colors wrong.
What?
They got the colors wrong.
Oh, did they?
Yeah. In the comics, purple is space. In the movie, purple was the Power Stone.
Oh.
Blue was the Mind Stone, I believe, in the comics. Blue, I'm assuming that was the Avengers one, the Space Stone.
Yeah, actually, the Mind Stone is yellow because that's what's in.
Yeah.
That's what's in.
Yeah.
Oh, they messed up the colors.
I think yellow was time.
And time is green.
Time is green. That was the Soul one.
Oh my God!
The colors are all wrong.
The colors are all. You know what? Never mind. Rich, we're not going to see the movie now until someone gives me a proper color correction. I can't believe super fan producer Kevin Fiji effed up the stone color. Oh, a little clip in here. Clipping through some snow. That's fine. I wonder why they did that.
The Power Stone is also the first one Thanos seems to have. Well, yeah, because they don't want to spend much time with the Nova Corps, and I don't think the Guardians are going to have that big a role in this, from what I've heard James Gunn say. So I'm assuming that's going to happen possibly even off camera or very briefly in the opening. You'll just see him raiding the Nova Corps.
Sure, like walking over the burning planet.
Yeah.
And that's what that. Oh, and that's probably what spurs the Guardians because like they're friends with the Nova Corps, right?
Possibly.
And so then the Guardians will be like, "Hey, who hurt our friends? Let's go find out." No, the Guardians have to be more. Well, I suppose if it's two movies, the Guardians have to be at least a little involved though because they have.
I think James Gunn has said it's going to be largely just the Avengers, but I don't know.
They have Gamora, who's Thanos.
I don't know. Well, maybe part two.
Oh, right, fucking part two.
Part two, if I'm right, they're not really going to get much into space till part two.
Oh man.
So we'll see. I don't fucking know what they're going to do.
Well, why not, Rich? This is your job.
Rich Gunn was probably lying. He could have been. I don't know everything.
Right. Gunn could also just be fucking with everyone because he doesn't give no fucks. Go to the roof of the world, go west, go north. At least 2 of the Guardians have a huge beef against Thanos. Right.
There's going to be 2 Infinity movies.
Right. And remember, we still don't know where Captain Marvel is going to be in all of this, and she's a space person and probably going to have something to do with all this Infinity nonsense as well.
Chad is all bored by this game. But that's half the games we play.
Yeah.
I don't know how interested you are if we want to ditch this.
Like I said, I want to do one more.
Okay.
That wasn't a dungeon. Right there. That was not a dungeon. That was to get the key for the dungeon. So I'd like to hit up this next dungeon. As soon as I am through that, then we can make...
RCMCME84 says, haven't seen a stream in 2 months because of Hurricane Maria.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Come back to see a Marvel talk. It's like I never left. That's all you people want to talk about.
It's the big new thing. Heck, the trailer for Infinity Wars got more views than Justice League sold tickets. But that's a great joke. There's a good joke in there. Just I told it very bad.
I don't know if you can trust that.
No, probably not.
I heard something recently about some kind of conspiracy theory that Vivo just paid YouTube for views.
For
their music videos?
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
I'd believe. I don't think they'd pay YouTube for views. But there are places that you can buy views from.
Okay.
I know those exist. There are places where you can buy views, and they're not necessarily bots. They can be like legitimate clicks from legitimate IPs. You just have to pay more for that. YouTube does a really good job of cracking down on bots. They don't want, because advertisers really don't like bots. But they're less stringent when it comes to like farming out views, like spam views. Because YouTube, the only thing YouTube cares about is keeping its advertisers happy.
Do you think there can be anything beyond the universe? No.
Well,
by definition, if the universe is everything that exists, then whatever exists outside of the universe would exist, and therefore it would be a part of the universe.
Right. If you want to talk about, like, as far as like our giant chunk of space and time, does something exist outside of there? Maybe.
And the answer is I have no fucking idea.
But it would be so far away from what anything we could ever imagine. I don't even know if we could name it. It would be the nothing. It would be the sunken place, the upside down.
What if our universe is a computer simulation? Then the universe that we are a computer simulation is the real universe.
Yes, because it's our perceived reality. Tiberius Kirk, you bring up an interesting point. I'm sorry to derail all this talk about universe, but we seem to be going in a circle.
The interesting metaphysical talk?
Well, no, you're just saying the same thing over
derailing that? Okay.
You were repeating yourself, and so I thought you were done with that. And I'm sorry if you want to keep going.
What kind of stupid comic book question are we addressing?
Oh, not just comic book. The CWDC comic book show. So, I thought it was really interesting a couple episodes ago in The Flash. they actually mentioned the Incredible Hulk. Like, they knew who the Incredible Hulk was, which means in the universe of DC heroes, Marvel comic books exist, which I think is an interesting concept. Or it could have just been like a one-off thing. But on last week's episode of The Flash, he actually made a reference to his Spidey sense. And so now they are like making direct call-outs to Marvel comic books, which is weird because why would anyone allow that? So I did think that was an interesting. I did think that was interesting, but purely from a brand synergy standpoint. Like, well, how was that allowed from the uppers that they can talk about Marvel comic characters, or like they just don't care anymore and they're letting them have all the fun they want, which is great. Gotta let your characters have a little fun. Too dark to see anything. Okay. Yeah, DC has fun on TV. DC does have fun on TV. They're having so much fun that they're okay, like, just straight up calling out Marvel characters. So whoever's doing the writing or the directing this season of Flash is making sure to call out as many Marvel characters as they can as reference points. So at least in the Arrowverse, Marvel comics are a thing that exists. And I like that. I like knowing that. Come here. Oh. Alright, apparently I can't get up there. Wait, maybe if I jump off this rock. Can I game the game? Nope. I know one person longer involved in the Cinnamon. That didn't make sense. In the Raimi Spider-Man movie, Aunt May tells Peter he isn't Superman. See, that's equally interesting. What I really like is the idea that in their universe, they have each other's comic books. So in the DC universe, even though there are actual superheroes, they still have comic books, but they're Marvel comic books. I think that's fun. Alright. We gotta figure out what's going on here. I think that's a lot of fun. And I really thought Rich was done talking about the universe. I didn't mean just to cut him off, but he said the same thing a few times in a row. And so I'd assumed he was ready to move on. Apparently that was my mistake. Hello. So... in the X-Men, in the Logan universe, they have X-Men comics, right? Which is another strange thing. But that made sense. He was in the future. What the what? What the what? Is that it? That's it. I did it. This is kind of the same puzzle that they had in the last dungeon. So far, we're in pretty weak puzzle territory. So far, we're continuing the tradition of this game, and it's kind of weak puzzles. I think there are only 3 dungeons. I only need 3 parts of a plate. Ooh, I did a thing. I did a thing! Can you at least all in the chair as a placeholder? I don't know where Rich went. I think he's just waiting for me to get all that CW superhero stuff out of my system, and I don't know if I can because I've talked about this before. I have not been watching the Arrow this season because I watched the first episode. I watched the season premiere, and it was just too dumb. It was too dumb for me, and there was stuff about like people dying and his kid, and I could not care less. So I have not been. The Arrow has finally reached a point for me where it's just too dumb. Supergirl's still great. The Flash is still a ton of fun, but I had to put Arrow down. We had to give Arrow some space. Just too much. Just too much of the dumbness. So, just heard a car door close outside. I think Rich left. I believe Rich left the building without me. So, welcome to Jack Solo Stream. Playing a little Air. Playing a little Air. I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Crisis almost convinced me to give Legends of Tomorrow another shot just to know who the hell all these random people are. What I hear, Legends of Tomorrow had a rough start. Is the first bit of Season 1, they took themselves a wee bit too seriously, and nobody really liked it. What I hear is they have finally said fuck it and went full camp, which I think we can all appreciate. Gotta figure that one out. So, I do hear fun things about Legends of Tomorrow. I just can't necessarily care about them. I just don't care about them. They were all, they were C-list of the C-list, so. But there's supposed to be supposedly some interesting time travel stuff, and they have some fun with it. Like the episode where they had to rescue George Lucas so he could write Star Wars. That's neat. Again, just some kids having some fun. Some wacky kids having some fun with it. And you gotta like that. Not that way. Okay. See what this thing does. Hey, Rich.
Yeah.
How's it going?
That's going all right.
Great.
What's up?
You gave me enough space. I was able to just, finish all of my CW DC superhero talk. Felt good to get it out. Felt good just to get it out of my system.
All right.
Now I'm trying to solve some puzzles here. We do have a bit of an interesting one here where we have these 6 bells that I believe we have to ring all at once, but I can't move fast enough to press them all down at once. You know, like one pops up, but I'm pretty sure.
Can you pick up things?
I don't think I can.
What if... I suppose running off the edge would do you any good.
They just run? No. Yeah. Just run from one to another? Decent idea.
Do you get powers at all of any kind?
I don't think I do.
All right.
I have the ability to jump and or use this lantern.
Do you want a hint from the chat?
They have an idea?
They have an idea. I don't know if it's a walkthrough idea or just a guess idea.
You know what? We'll see how fast they are, and then we'll know. Sure.
How about trying a different order?
Oh, sure. Oh, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Oh, wait. I get it. That's right. There's clues. You see the 6 diamonds. I wasn't paying attention to that.
It's all right.
So, okay, we got to jump on this one first. And then this one. And this one. Fuck. So, Rich, 3D platforming.
Yeah, awkward, isn't it?
Sometimes.
Just inherently?
Sometimes it's a little awkward.
All right.
Trying again.
Valiant Bloodshot says, Marvel earned the right to make this film. Marvel earned the right to make this film after a decade and clearly loves their characters. This is the ultimate domination over DC, showing that if you put in the legwork, fans will show up. I don't know that they earned the right to make it. I mean, just owning the rights earned them the right to make it, but
that's also true.
They did earn the hype and the anticipation. They did earn that.
What they earned is what will eventually be a nice box office return.
Oh yeah.
What they've earned is goodwill from movie-going audiences. The audiences know. How do I get that thing to glow again?
Did you already do what you needed to do? Did you just need to hit those 3? Is there a door that opened? Maybe you did fall goofily, but maybe it was enough.
Oh, sure. Maybe I did it?
Maybe you did it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, that's where I came from, I think. Did I open this? Or did I come
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I walked away in disgust.
Oh, I might have opened this.
The Real Vayon says, I read an interview with Danny Elfman, and he said that comic movies should stop reworking the musical themes with each iteration and stick to one iconic theme like the James Bond movie. Thoughts? Yeah, Danny Elfman, he's not exactly impartial here, all right?
I wonder why Danny Elfman would think that.
I wonder why he would want them to use his iconic Batman score over and over again in multiple billion-dollar movies. I wonder why he would want that.
It's weird. So weird.
He's not wrong, I don't think, entirely.
Case by case.
He's certainly not unbiased. But he's not wrong. Superman could do with cranking up that John Williams theme.
You know?
I don't know that the iconic Batman music fits with this version of Batman, but everyone wants to hear the good old-fashioned Superman iconic music again.
It's just so good, is the problem. It's just so good, Rich. By the way, wasn't that a really weird part of Justice League when we heard for a little bit the Superman theme when he turned bad?
That was weird because it was when he turned bad.
Yeah.
But I don't mind them using that. They should have saved that until he showed up at the end to punch Steppenwolf in the face.
Yeah.
That's when that should have happened.
As the hero reveal.
Yeah.
But they used a second and a half of it when he turned evil Superman.
You know when Superman's big entrance was just saying something off screen? What if instead of him delivering a stupid one-liner, it was just that theme started up?
Oh, I think you got to go bigger than that.
It's just
you have Steppenwolf like about to throw his axe down on someone, and then just whoosh. Da, 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 da.
Everyone's at their lowest.
Yeah.
Everyone's kind of defeated, and Steppenwolf is just standing there gloating for a bit.
Ooh, okay.
And then you just hear it. Da 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 da. And for no good reason. Steppenwolf hears it too. Like he knows something's he knows something's wrong, and he just turns around and then just you get just the big reveal with Superman standing there looking confident and determined. Da 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 da.
Steppenwolf hears it too. I mean, you're not wrong.
That's when they should have used that.
Agree. I mean, they should have used it when it came back, of course. That's the correct answer.
That's exactly what happens, Rich. It's not anywhere near that epic. The big reveal is mostly just Superman saying something stupid.
Yeah.
You play that up to be the big moment, and you have the proper reveal. And you have that music going not just quietly, but it's triumphant. It dominates the soundtrack, that music.
Mm-hmm.
It's a matter of how they did it. And you should not have heard it earlier when Superman was evil. I totally agree with that.
That was the weird part to me. Is Superman was oh, there it is. They used it when Superman was evil. It tainted it. But no, it's so case by case. Going back to like whether or not they should use the iconic music from old superhero movies, like if the tone and theme of a superhero movie is so different that the old musical score would sound out of place, then of course you shouldn't use it.
Like I don't know that it would have worked for The Dark Knight.
Danny Elfman's?
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
God, no. And not The Dark Knight didn't have necessarily an iconic score, and it didn't necessarily need one, but yeah, that would have been out of place. That would have been out of place in The Dark Knight. Ooh. I opened a door, Rich. I opened a door.
That should literally never happen with Superman. There should never be a situation where that music is inappropriate for the character, says Ryan from MI. Yes.
If they're doing Superman, yes. But like, what if someone made a Superman Red Dawn movie?
Then you take that same music. If you do Superman Red Dawn,
yeah,
you take that movie and you give it like a Russian communist flavor,
like an oompa.
You make it. No, you just make it sinister. Lower, slower.
Maybe. Hello, Mr. Whale Spirit.
Are there any decent shows you're watching that aren't comic book related? Well, I'm not the one who wanted to talk about comic book shit.
Yes, like that. So I've been watching The Punish. Oh.
The last thing I really watched was Stranger Things Season 2.
Sure,
so
that's not necessarily comic book related. It's kind of quasi superhero-y.
We're kind of revisiting the it's not a series, but the Man with No Name trilogy.
Okay, all right.
It's fantastic films.
Mm-hmm.
You don't care at all.
I'm unsure if I've even seen all of them.
Oh, they're
We
great.
remember we talked about this last
Yeah.
time, where it's like If I have, they've been so long ago. I'm sure they're great. People love them. Why don't we just get them watching? Yeah, Stranger Things. We're watching The Punisher right now, which, as far as comic book movies or shows are concerned, The Punisher is more a crime drama than a comic book show. It's pretty good, by the way. Pretty good. Shockingly, so like the characters are interesting. The situation they're in is intriguing. Like, I want to know what happens next. There's like a little mystery. There's a little detective stuff, and there's good characters that I care about what happens to them. Shockingly, not a ton of violence in the Punisher series so far. And I'll tell you what, I only have 2 episodes left, and there better be a goddamn bloodbath.
I'm sorry?
That's, part of the thing that makes the Punisher fun. I want a bloodbath, Rich.
I'm sorry?
I want violence.
Not exactly hyping me up to watch that show.
It's really good.
All right.
It's good characters. It's interesting stories. But, I mean, and I'm not saying it's devoid of violence, but
I don't want a bunch of flashbacks illustrating how wounded this man is. I want to watch a show about a violent killing machine.
Right. Yeah, it's
who was just driven to punish.
It's not a bunch of flashbacks. There is some violence, but it's more just let's get to know all the characters and the mystery.
I don't care why he's the Punisher. I know why he's the Punisher. It's not what's important.
Right. Yeah, then you might not dig it.
It doesn't sound like I will.
You might not dig it. It's just so hard, when you binge watch shows, it's actually hard to remember them, I'll be honest with you. Watched a bit of the Star Trek. Watched a
man who has fallen from where he was, and he's not even that same human being this more. He's become cold and harsh.
Yeah.
And unrecognizable.
That's what you want from your Punisher?
That's what I want from my Punisher.
Yeah. Yeah, and those are all the reasons why I've never, the Punisher is a character I've never really cared for. Because it's hard to root for him, where you're just like, eh. It's hard to root for someone like the Punisher. And they're really walking a thin line in this season with the Punisher.
Yeah, comic book. Rich, do you think reaching the edge of the universe will bring you to the other side, like a Pac-Man level? You mean where, it loops in on itself? I think that's possible. That's very possible.
Sure.
Where there's no edge, it just kind of repeats in itself. Like an infinity loop.
Sure, but then would there,
like a Mobius strip.
Would there be a time consideration? Like you go back to a place that you started, but at a different time?
Well, it's going to take you untold trillions of years to do it, so...
But what if by the time you get back, it actually loops you backwards in time?
I don't know, Jack. I don't know.
We don't know what's at the edge of the known universe.
I mean, there would be no edge in that scenario, though.
Of the known universe. We don't know what's at...
It would just be infinite, looping infinite Mobius strip. The twist in on itself.
Sure. That's possible. Hey, Rich.
Yeah.
This game sucks.
Oh, good. We can change the game?
Yeah.
Oh, thank God.
This game totally
Everyone
sucks.
just breathed a sigh of fucking relief.
I wanted to give it a shot, all right? Look, you get to be a Flappy Bird. Oh, you flap around. Look at it. You're flying in a snowstorm. Ready? Whoa, watch out.
Can you travel faster than the expansion of the universe? Here's the thing. Here's the weird thing. Supposedly the expansion is actually getting faster. Space is expanding.
I thought it was slowing down.
No, that's the weird thing. Gravity, they thought it should be slowing down to snap back, but it's not. It's just ever faster and faster. That's what the whole dark matter, dark energy thing is about.
Okay.
That's their explanation for why it's getting... There's something pulling it apart.
Okay.
And here's the thing. Theoretically, because the expansion keeps speeding up, at some point, light from the distant stars, the distant galaxies, won't be able to reach us because they're expanding faster than the speed of light.
Ooh, fun.
And there may be a day in the far, far distant future where you literally can't see the rest of the universe, the galaxy. No light will get to you from the rest of the universe.
So you won't be able to see any stars.
It'll just be a black void.
Oh, that'd be terrifying.
There could be life could evolve on a star in this situation. Have no idea that there's a rest of the universe out there.
Sure. Oh, I'm sure that's got to be already a sci-fi dystopian novel, right? Is just someone growing up in the black void of a future Earth.
Kind of, but not really.
You know.
The third Hitchhiker book, the premise there was a planet where, like, I forget the reason why. It's like some kind of cloud coverage or something, but the night sky always looked pitch black.
Ooh, okay.
And they didn't know that there were other stars until they finally sent a rocket up above their cloud layer, and they saw the stars and this beautiful sky, and it offended them. They felt the need to destroy the rest of the universe,
yes,
so that their universe would match their previous image of what the universe was. There should be nothing. We have to get rid of this. That's the premise of the third Hitchhiker book.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah, so here's a quick tip to any game developer, not specifically this one, but anyone in general. If you have something that sets your game apart from other games, like let's say you're a bird flying around, and flying around as a bird is really fun, maybe build some more gameplay mechanics around the thing that's really fun to do. Because let me tell you, walking around dungeons and pressing buttons, not too fun.
Do you want to try that chef thing?
Battle Chef?
Yeah.
No, I don't have to. You can do Hand of Fate if you want to play that, or.
All right, I'll just play Hand of Fate. That's fine.
Like, this is really nice, flying around as a bird. And here's the upsetting thing about this, Rich. Just to talk game a little bit more. If you go through these holes here with where the wind's blowing, let's see if I can do it. Oh, actually, I just turned into a person. If you go through those holes, you do this like dive bomber move, right? Where you like spin around.
Yeah.
But there's no. Oh, landed in a tree. There's no dedicated button just to do that move to build up speed or dive or anything. You can only flap. It's like, give me more of this flying stuff. That's what I want. Whoa! Whoopsie.
You did that poorly.
I did. The flying's not perfect. Because they were too busy building mediocre puzzles.
I'm sorry.
It's alright. You know what? I'm glad I tried a new thing, even if I'm disappointed in it. Because there are aspects that I enjoy. Like flying. I'm like a bird, I fly away.
How about FTL or maybe Rocket League? I don't think Hand of Fate's going to be very popular with the chat.
Fuck, man. What is?
Apparently FTL or Rocket League. I'd be so out of sorts with Rocket League.
Uh-huh.
I haven't played that in forever. Any interest in playing one of the Resident Evil games? None at all.
Not even. Resident Evil 4.
Not even a little bit.
I will play Resident Evil 4 all the time. I love Resident Evil 4. That's a super fun game that I enjoy. We can do that on a stream one of these days. Absolutely. Resident Evil 4 is a fine schlock fest that I enjoyed a lot. Oof. But any of those early ones, nope.
What do I want? It's awkward timing for me. Like I said, last night I just finally finished unlocking all the shit in Hand of Fate 1.
Yeah.
Felt like replaying that one. I never unlocked all the stuff. And I'm done with that.
Yeah.
And like in between, right? There's nothing I'm particularly in the mood for.
Yeah.
What happened to Spider-Man 2? Jack, what's up with Spider-Man 2?
It's on its way.
It's on its way.
It's being shipped to me right now. Obviously, the only place you can get a copy for that at a decent price is eBay. so I wasn't able to get like super fast shipping or anything like that. But I bought it that very night that we talked about it, and it is being shipped to me right at this moment.
Mhm.
Also, you know what else is being shipped to me soon is that Hulk game that I purchased at the beginning of the stream.
Right. Ultimate Destruction.
Hulk Ultimate Destruction. You know what? And I just thought of something to play.
What?
So we're gonna.
We're doing that then. That's fine. What do you got? What do you got?
I got something.
You got something?
That I think people are gonna like.
I hope so. It's better be fucking good.
Rich, I got something that I think they're gonna like.
All right.
What time is it?
7:30.
7:30. Why don't we? Okay. First of all, stop playing this game. Which even though like I don't want to be super down because I like flying around as a bird.
If they didn't add enough to the game, they didn't add enough to the game.
And
to make
that's it.
Super fun.
Yeah. They just didn't. Oh. They just didn't add enough to the game, man. Please no arty farty. Oh, you guys, we're going super arty farty.
I'm sorry, Jack wants to fart the fucking room up.
Don't worry. We're gonna go the artiest of the fartiest, and you guys are gonna love it. It's gonna be great.
Rebel Base says, I was watching your last stream, and I wanted to say that as a child, I actually saw Bill and Ted 2 before the first one. Apart
Really?
from some of the minor characters, the princess and GC, I was able to follow George Carlin. Presumption for GC.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah.
Anonymous says, fun fact, I was watching what I thought was a B-roll and early VFX reel for Justice League, but it turns out that was the actual final cut of the film. Oh my god.
Mwap, mwap, mwap. I get it.
True Blue Review says,
Yeah.
after seeing a promo for the new season of Black Mirror, I finally got to watching all of it.
Yeah, Black Mirror.
What do you think of it, and what's your favorite episode?
Black Mirror is really fucking good.
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
I still haven't.
You haven't watched any of it?
I haven't watched any of it.
Oh, it's so good. It's so fucking good.
Is it on Netflix?
It's on Netflix.
Okay.
It's on Netflix now. I haven't finished the final Netflix series yet. Like San Cupertino just won like an Oscar or an Emmy or something.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen that one yet. Favorite episode. That's going to be tricky. I really like the one where our eyes capture and record everything and upload it to their version of Facebook. That was a really good one. That was the premise. Is like people have implants in their eyes and it uploads everything they see all the time. And it, obviously turns into a nightmare because it's all dystopian nightmare. And I love the one with Haley Atwell where her husband dies.
I think I heard about that one.
Her husband, the basic premise, without giving anything away, is her husband dies and there is a company that can recreate a digitized voice based off of his social media posts. And for a small fee, she can talk to an artificial replication of him at any time.
Yeah.
It's a really good episode.
I heard about that one.
Yeah. It's so no spoilers, no spoilers. These are just the premises of the episode. It's fucking good. But all right, you know what? Let's take a little break. I'm gonna go to the bathroom. Why don't you click a run an ad button?
Okay.
You can do it.
Where's? Oh, there it is.
Yeah, we never run ads. Let's run an ad.
That's fine.
Crazy town. Come here. Come over here, and then we go view channel admin commercial. Run a commercial.
There, I am muted.
Oh no, I was gonna say the muting is fine. You can mute.
Okay. Well, I'm muted. I'm fine.
Hey, everybody. I'm not going to play Getting Over It because I don't think that's out yet. I don't think that comes out until next month. But when it comes out, we're going to play it. You know we're going to play it.
Which one?
Getting Over It.
What the hell is Getting Over It?
We'll talk about it when you're back in here.
All right.
But I don't think that comes out until next month. Why do you show ads? We show one ad approximately every 20 streams. We almost never remember to run ads. We were taking a little break. We were running a little ad. We're actually really bad about remembering to run ads. And remember, ads don't just help us. They help Twitch. And we use Twitch to, you know... Everything. So we want to make sure that Twitch... I'm just going to go ahead and uninstall that AER. Tell you what. Okay.
Yeah, when it comes to ads, I think we're pretty saintly.
And I would almost say we're negligent.
We ran an ad when we were taking a damn break.
It's not like we would run an ad and then continue talking about the stuff you want to hear. But so Getting Over It, Rich, is the new game from the creator of QWOP.
Okay.
And it is hold on, let's see if there is
I'm assuming this is a full game and not some kind of weird just browser thing.
It is a full game.
Double check and make sure we are unmuted.
Yeah. I'm showing Rich the trailer for Getting Over It.
Give a Google.
You know what? Let's wait for this ad to finish, and then they can watch with us. Why not, right? Let's let you guys watch with us because Rich is about to watch the trailer for Getting Over It. So we go ad. Let's go to.
Is there a window capture?
Maybe in screen capture. Oh yeah, here we go. What does that look like?
Nothing.
So far, nothing. And there we go. All right, let's see if this works.
Like maybe when it plays. Nope.
Nope. Okay. Fixing that. Nope. 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 Okay. And we're just going to remove, and we're going to try again. Screen capture. Let's try what happens if we oh, here we go. Nope. That's weird, right?
Yeah, it is.
We've never done a screen capture before. Okay, let's try this. Let's try this, Rich. Let's add screen capture. Can we just add the whole screen? Yeah, see, look, it's not showing anything. Just added the whole screen. Hold on, everyone. We're going to try to figure this out live. Why? No. Because I'd like for you guys to watch with Rich. I think that would be more fun. Oh, there we go. There we go. I don't know what I did, Rich, but I did it. Whoa.
Just make sure you don't see your freaking stream key or some shit. Jack.
No, it's not on there. It's fine. That's going to be fine. All right, ready?
Yeah.
Why did I make this? This horrible hike up an impossible mountain. I could have made something you would have liked. A game that was empowering, that would save your progress and inch you steadily forward. Since success is delicious, that would have been wise. Instead, I must confess this isn't nice. It tastes of bitterness. It's capricious. It sets setbacks for the ambitious. It lacks lenience. It's bracing and inhumane. But not everyone's the same. I created this game for a certain kind of person. To hurt them.
Alright. That's what I expect the follow-up to Quap to look like, honestly.
Yeah, yeah. So it's it's a game where you use your mouse to control like where the sledgehammer is, and you can. It's about climbing a mountain, and it looks delightful. Is what it looks. Hey, you're supposed to be behind that. There we go. It looks utterly delightful. It looks like it'll make for some fun times, but it's not out yet. Okay, is everybody ready for the arty farty game?